Hey everybody, my name is Joshua Stephenson with Berkshire Hathaway.
And I'm Ryan Jahnke with 719 Lending, and today we're talking about credit. So Josh, what's credit?
You know, there's lots of different definitions for the word credit, but I like to think of it as access to other people's money. And as we think about that, Ryan, why is it good to use other people's money versus always using all of your own money?
Right. It really comes down to leverage. Because if you're buying a home, that home goes up or down in value, not based on how much of your own money you have in there. So if you put down 20% or you buy it 100% cash, it goes up and down the same way. So you actually get a better return putting less of your own money in there. So what's a credit score? What's that all about?
Yeah, so I think about credit score as how responsible you are using other people's money.
That's a good way,
yeah.
And the other thing is it's your FICO score, which is the other word for your credit score. It's based on rules established by banks. And it's really about how well you play by their rules, right?
Yeah.
So why is this not a bad thing?
Yeah, so you need a credit score. You need a credit score to have access to capital. Again, we're talking about using other people's money. If you don't have a credit score, you don't really get access to other people's money. Your credit score is kind of like the lock and key for access to capital.
Yeah, and I like to think about it as, no one's gonna lend you $300,000 if you have no history of on-time payments and that you're responsible with other people's money.
Exactly, and in some places, a credit score or borrowing money is a four-letter word in the financial world. But we really believe, obviously, as real estate professionals, lending professionals, that it is one of the best ways to create and build wealth for our people.
Yeah, and I can't provide loans if there's not somebody with a credit score. So let's give them some tips as far as how to maximize credit scores.
Absolutely. One of the things that you need to remember is you want to have a low utilization rate. So that means about 10% utilization is going to be your rocket fuel for your credit score, but anything under 30% of utilization, so if you have a $10,000 balance, if you're under that $3,000, that's going to be your sweet spot for utilizing your credit.
Right. So those are credit cards, and the other way that you get up your credit score is having different types of credit. So revolving are credit cards, and there's also things called installment loans, which is maybe you buy a car or something, but that can mess up buying a house. So we don't suggest that. But one great hack is if you go to self.inc, it's a website where you can actually buy a certificate of deposit that you pay on just a little bit each month, maybe $20. And then that shows up on your credit history as an installment loan, and it helps your score go up.
Yeah, and speaking of credit history, you do want to have a long history of borrowing money and repaying money. The longer the different kinds of credit that you have, the better for your score.
And I got one more thing is that, when you pay off your credit cards, hopefully at the end of every month, don't shut those accounts down, because the amount of available balance you have is a sign of your credit worthiness, and that keeps your score up high.
That's right. And another cool hack that you can do with credit cards especially is every 6 months to a year, see if you can get your credit limit to grow, because again, that's going to give you a larger available balance. That can actually give you more access. Again, it's access to capital, and that can push your utilization rate down if you have a larger amount of credit available.
Cool. Well, that's all I've got. Do you have anything else, Josh?
No, thanks so much for watching this video. I'm Joshua with Berkshire Hathaway.
And Ryan with 719 Lending.
Thanks,
We'll
guys.
see you later.